My name is Michaelangelo Hayes. Now, I know we have incredible speakers from all walks of life, intellectual, esoteric, everything of that sort. But, you know, I want to be a little bit more innovative, interactive. So during this presentation, you know, I'm going to call it like a call and response. Our people have been doing that for years. I'll call out something, just respond and everything, okay? Say hey. Hey. Ho. Ho. Say hey. 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 Say ho. 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 And I'm Michaelangelo. So, during this presentation, you can laugh, and all the content is in the academic context. So this means no offense to anybody of a certain age, anybody a certain gender. This is not to offend, provide an academic context. So my name is Michaelangelo Hayes, and today what I'm presenting on is called Balancing the Equation, the Future of Rap and Hip Hop Lyricism from Old Skool and New Skool Lens. Just to give a little bit of background about myself, just to show how much I love hip hop, I'm co-CEO of Mic Check Entertainment inside of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm also write for a music publication called The Demo Tape. I have my own radio show inside of Baltimore. And currently I'm in the running to be the first person in history to have the hip hop and visual studies degree from Bowie State University, which is qualifying me for the Nasir Jones Hip Hop Fellowship at Harvard University. The reason, they appreciate it. This is for clout, this is for respect, is because I love the culture. But we're gonna do a fun little activity. So raise your hand if you like Marvel. Oh, a lot. So raise your hand if you've heard of Infinity War and you're excited for Infinity War. Hey, everybody. So we're doing something very special with this call and response, okay? So, and with these activities, I have a song at the beginning and I have a song at the end. If a person is able to do both, and I can see the energy, I can see like, you know, them doing the activity, they'll get a free ticket from Mic Check to see Infinity War, okay? So, the very first one, this is a display about lyricism, okay? You have to hum the lyrics. You have to hum the lyrics, beat by, no, syllable by syllable, note by note, hum it. Now I want to hear that hum, okay? I want to see a little energy with it, all right? So I'm going to play the song, and we're only going to do a little bit, and I'm going to be checking the crowd before we move on to the point, okay? 3, 2, 1. I'll be watching. My point. The fact that I was able to hum it, I saw the crowd, I saw you looking a little bit, people dancing. The fact of the matter is, even though you didn't know, you knew the song, the fact you was able to know the lyrics, because fortunately, unfortunately, the way you want to look at it, it's a staple of our culture to know these lyrics and have them embedded in our head. You know, last week, not even a week ago, I was at Harvard University talking to Henry Louis Gates about lyricism, one of the most foremost scholars in the world dealing with English, and he even defended rap and hip hop, talking about its dexterity, and that's what we're getting into. So, how do we define rap and hip hop? Well, people say they look on rap on the, you know, it represented the hip hop. Rap isn't the day, rap used to mean something. Let's make sure we differentiate what we're talking about. Rap is something you do, and hip hop is something you live. Repeat, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. This is okay, let's say it again. Rap is something you do. Rap is something you do. And hip-hop is something you live. Hip-hop is something you live. Now, rap is the art form, and hip-hop is the culture. Just because the Ku Klux Klan practices Christianity, that's not all reminiscent of the great glory that Christianity and serving our God is. Am I correct? In the same way in that ISIS, you know, they don't represent all the beautiful and intellectual that Islam is. In the same way that rap doesn't, on the commercialist side, does not represent all of what hip-hop is. The dance, the fashion, the speech, everything of that sort. People of our culture, even black people, people of color, even whites, have all talked about, you know, a power, a certain lyricism, the spirit that connects us all throughout the lyricism. The dexterity, the English syntax, even looking from hip-hop from an English perspective, these lyrics embedded in our head. These are things that we talk about. So any of these lyricists that you might see, these are people who've touched your heart throughout the entire period of hip-hop, all the way from the 1970s until today. So a cynical view is that, rap is trash today. It's pretty garbage. But in a subjective view is that, the old school and the old heads had their time, it's time for the new school now. But the main thing I want you to walk away with and how we can balance this equation and say, although rap and hip-hop lyricism is arguably in its best state right now, it can get better in order to pervade the best parts of the hip-hop culture. So let's talk about bars, all right? People say you got bars and everything, all right? So what is a bar? Any musicians in here? Any people who write music, do that. This is also for people who produce and do that. A bar is on the same 4/4 count. Do, 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 do. And the same way that people rap, it fits within that 4/4. I don't know if you guys saw the NWA movie when he was kind of spilling over his words, Eazy-E, and he couldn't get a rhyme off. He wasn't doing that 4/4 count, he was trying to rush. So you have a habitual structure, which is the East Coast structure, which is 8 to 14 syllables, roughly 20 to 28 syllables per bar couplet. And that makes the rhyme that we know about. And 16 bars per verse. This is where the Hot 16 comes from. And that's about 40 to 50 seconds. So there's a whole mathematical construction. And if you don't meet that requirement, your rap sounds rushed or anything. And this is the incredible part, because you have rappers like Tech Nine, if anybody knows them. You have choppers, the chopper style. You have people like Biggie. They're able to play with that mathematical structure. Sometimes even freestyling from the mind. And you're trying to tell me that isn't a culture or something amazing that our culture was able to come up with from an English and mathematical perspective? So even you guys can sing these lyrics along with me this right now if you would like to. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and the crew going to try to move your feet. Now my name is Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. 1979, Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang, the first commercially successful single of hip-hop. And these lyrics are stuck in the head from even our parents. They were playing down the street. The way the mathematical and English syntax was is embeds in their heads forever and has lasted generations. However, we talk about lyrical rap in terms of message, and this is a time of lyricism. This is the best period of rap. It ain't like this old days, but we have to get something straight. And I know you guys seen some lyrics. I'm gonna go through them to prove the point that this isn't such of a golden age as we thought it was. Because you have a literal song that says, excuse my language for the women in here, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, from a song literally called Bitches Ain't Shit. You have never, Dr. Dre, and we're talking about lyricism, and they're not saying anything nowadays. Never let me slip, because when I slip, then I'm slipping. What? Never let me slip, because when I slip, then I'm slipping. I can make a better record than that. And then a Notorious B.I.G. lyric. You look so good, and I don't need to say it, because I don't feel like saying it. But the fact of the matter, we talk about, this is y'all king? Is this y'all king? We talk about, you got that. We're talking about lyrical dexterity, and people are rapping like this. And more examples of 80s travesties in the most simplistic but nonsensical rap lyrics can be found in Hip Hop Revolution by Jeffrey Ogbar, The Hip Hop Wars by Trisha Rose, The Rap Critic on YouTube. Your faves are problematic. Repeat with me, your faves are problematic. Your faves are problematic. As discussed in our previous talks, everybody is human, but that doesn't mean it's perfect, and we shouldn't romanticize a time. If there's ever a time where there's misogyny, violence, and anything against women, we should never champion a time like that. We're going to talk about a time that was the best and everything, but they're disrespecting women. They're talking about rape culture, they're talking about misogyny, misogynoir. They're also talking about gun violence, gang violence, hypermasculinity, and everything else under the sun. And while we have this ageist perspective that it's better, it's the best time ever, but are we really looking at it? So let's look at some of the new school lyricism of the day. And people say, oh, the rap ain't on the radio, good rap, there's no more. I got a list for y'all right now, if y'all want to take a picture of it. There's over 30 rappers up here who are doing the thing to show that our generation is still carrying the mantle lyrically and musically. Yes, they're on the radio, and they're underground. And just because you see something, or a lack of seeing something, doesn't mean that it isn't there. All right? But let's give an example of lyrical dexterity today from my favorite rapper in the new school, King Los from Baltimore. I don't know if anybody's from Maryland. Okay then. But he's from Baltimore, my city, and the fact that he's able to freestyle this amazes me. So I'm going to read it bit by bit. He wrote this in 2015 and he freestyled it, but it was on his last song on his album 2015. He said, they say the small things in life that can flip things, and me and your girl got a thing, ain't no big thing. Sickest nigga living, stick 'em in them dishes. Run up on me if you interstitious. It's the intuition, intermission. Never cause I'm clever. Niggas intuition, wicked. Wish a nigga would. Wish him well. He'll need intervention. Due to inhibition in addition of when you get in the vision of a hyper spiteful rival with sniper rifles. I'm twice as nice as Bible recitals, minus the title. The Eiffel Tower, your idol, the highest tile, the vital. Not to mention the chosen. Flow so cold, these scriptures is cryogenically frozen. Now, if you're going to sit here and tell me that those lyrics aren't evolution, and from lyrics like, I went to the hat store today and I bought myself a hat, and you're going to sit here and tell me that you're not really looking at the progresses we've made in of the new generation as well. So, how is modern rap powerful and everything in the lyrical linguistics of it? Well, we get into the science and the psychology of it, the concept of earworms, the music motor cortex, personality, emotions and moods, and neuroticism. You know, this is from a conference and everything that I attended, and the fact that these lyrics actually is the part of our brain that sticks in it. This stuff psychically affects our brain. So when we're thinking of songwriters, why are they getting paid top dollar? While T-Pain even won a Grammy for writing on Bruno Mars's 24K Magic. The fact that people get paid to write these lyrics in this mathematical and English syntax, dexterous structure that can get in our heads forever for generations to come. People say the arts don't matter, but this stuff matters. It can inspire, it can hurt. The word has power, and the word has flesh. And imagine a whole genre dedicated to as many words and stories as possible. You see Jay-Z and P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love, whatever he is now. You know, every generation agrees generally. Hip-hop now generates about 10 billion a year. A simple thing of us just putting words together. Not even has to be melodic. In addition to currently being the #1 genre in the country, brands have now made billions off embracing the hip-hop brand. From word stringing together. Migos, you know? Putting the staples of talking about stir fry, you know? And we know what that, some people know what it means, a double entendre, but the fact that people are able to make songs with the most simplistic lyrics. Lil Uzi, yeah, 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 yeah. But the way in which he put it in the song, how is that can be iconic? Rap lyricism is about the sonic ability, about the lyrical ability, the vocal inflections. This is a whole art form that can make you and whoever billions if you can tap into psychology and English and mathematics of this. It's deeper than rap. This is a part of our beautiful culture. Now, a data scientist named Matt Daniels charted the vocabularies of hip-hop artists against Shakespeare and Herman Melville. Just to show, on NPR, he gave a speech that Shakespeare's rhyme structure, his iambic timbre, the most music that matches is rap and hip-hop. So when people talk about rap and hip-hop today and it doesn't mean anything, the rhyme structure and the evolved rhyme structure from even Sugar's Delight up to today is even higher on the level than Shakespeare. If you walk away with nothing today, I want to make sure you know that as well. Just as high or on that level. So the last word I want to meet with y'all is that the words have power, you know? Although I love the rap and lyricism of the day, I'm not going to act like, you know, it isn't without merit that people say, you know? When you have lyrics championing and it's all over the radio, they don't blank out stuff much. It's more about people cussing, talking about women. I got this many women, I got this trophy, this, that, and it's terrible. And we need to make a change. This is correct. But the fact that we've evolved linguistically, sonically, everything into a genre that's of our own thing is so powerful. The word has power, the word has flesh, all the way from the 1970s until today. Whether you're a rapper, producer, whether you're a manager, whoever you want to get into the hip-hop genre, your profession, this music matters. This rap matters. And so, I want to leave with you today is that whenever you're writing, whenever you're doing hip-hop, make sure you're writing something that means something to you, or take your time with a craft. Because this is music, it's beautiful, and it's for our culture. So the last thing I want to do, before I even close out, take my bow, everything of the sort, is that we have one last song for this Infinity Board thing. So this one, I want to hear the vocals from you guys. This is a popular Southern song. Raise your hand if you're from the South. I hope you're from the South. Who is from Atlanta, Georgia, or in the Georgia area? There we go. If you don't get this, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. So people were joking about the national anthem, but I feel like this is the new national anthem, in a sense. So I want you to be able, when I turn this on, it's going to start immediately, and you have to rap that whole verse, and I'm trying to see who has that, okay? All right? Because I know you know this if you're from here, okay? 3, 2, 1. found. CC every girl that I see round town. Love to see her smiling, it's all around me. But now I'm the island, peninsula, baby. Crazy. Pussy cats in my lap, back spaceships. Don't come equipped, review mirrors. Dip as quick as they come. Sip, flow like a pimp. I'm glad it's night. Boom, on a bump. See the crime? Boom. Boom. As far as yelling too soon, do it. Be some blender, sure on the subject. You know you got your back like chiropractic. If that do you dirty, I'll add silence on detergent. So it's the ultimate. Now this part, keep your heart, the stacks, keep your heart. Stacks, keep your heart. These girls are smart. These girls are smart. They're smart. Bar.